Welcome to the Deep Dive. So today we're looking at something pretty exciting, the intersection of technology and nature.
Yeah, how they're kind of working together, driving innovations for a greener future.
Exactly. We've been digging into some material from a show, Future Forward, where they discussed exactly this kind of collaboration happening, right around now in 2025.
hmm
Our mission, really, is to pull out the most interesting, maybe the most impactful examples and try to figure out their potential.
And it's quite something, the range of solutions they covered. It really hits on key areas where people are using tech to tackle environmental problems.
Okay, so let's kick off with biomimicry. That sounds, well, complicated, but the idea is simple, isn't it? Learning from nature.
Right. Basically, technology inspired by nature's own designs, things that have evolved over millennia.
Like they mentioned swimsuits based on shark skin to cut down drag.
Yeah, or even buildings designed like termite mounds, for natural cooling, no air conditioning needed.
That's amazing. And MIT, they've got wind turbines apparently inspired by whale fins.
That's right. And the claim is they're about 10% more efficient.
10%. I mean, think about that scaled up across like whole wind farms. That's a significant jump.
It really is. And what's interesting is the sort of growing realization that nature's already solved a lot of these problems, super efficiently, sustainably.
Yeah. They mentioned searches for biomimicry are up like 15% last year, so people are catching on.
It suggests we're starting to see nature less as something just to protect and more as a source of actual innovation, a blueprint.
Okay, so building on that, tech isn't just learning from nature, it's actively helping restore it, like rewilding efforts.
Drone technology came up for planting trees.
Planting trees with drones? How does that even work?
Well, in some projects, they're saying these drones can plant up to 1,000 trees a day.
1,000. Seriously?
Seriously. They mentioned a company, Flash Forest, using this tech specifically in areas hit by wildfires. Helps reforestation efforts quite a bit.
Wow. Okay. And I saw something about the scale, some claims online.
Yeah, on platforms like X, there were mentions of drone reforestation hitting maybe 10 million trees a year globally.
10 million.
Now, you always have to be a little careful with figures like that, where they come from, but the scale of ambition is definitely there.
And AI plays a role too, right? In figuring out where to plant.
Exactly. Mapping ecosystems, finding the optimal spots, it makes the whole effort smarter, more targeted.
Right, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, shifting gears a bit.
Yeah.
Wearable tech. This one caught my eye. Solar fabric.
Yeah, the idea of clothing that can actually charge your devices just using sunlight.
So like your jacket charges your phone.
Kind of. Tommy Hilfiger was apparently testing jackets with these woven-in solar panels.
And did it work?
Well, the report suggested about a 20% phone charge from an hour outside.
20% in an hour.
That's not bad, actually. Makes you wonder where that could go. It definitely blurs the lines, doesn't it? Between, like, fashion, tech, and renewable energy. Practicality, cost, durability. Those are the big questions, of course.
Absolutely. Which brings us to another area they touched on. Water. Specifically, saving water in agriculture.
Yes, smart irrigation. This is a big one.
They mentioned AI-powered systems cutting water waste by, 30%?
Around 30%, yeah. Which is huge in farming. There's a startup, CropX, that's apparently helping farmers save literally billions of gallons.
Billions, while also boosting yields.
That's the claim. More crop, less water. It's obviously vital, with water scarcity becoming such a global issue. Crucial for food security.
Definitely feels important. Okay, so we've covered land, wearables. What about the oceans?
Ocean tech was in there too, tackling things like plastic pollution.
With robots?
Yeah, robots designed to clean up plastic. The Ocean Cleanup Project's bots apparently pulled out something like 100,000 pounds of plastic last year alone.
Wow, that's a lot of plastic. Still a drop in the ocean, maybe, but it's a start.
It's a tangible effort. And besides cleanup, they also talked about wave energy converters.
Generating power from waves.
Exactly. Providing emission-free electricity to coastal communities. So tackling pollution and finding clean energy sources in the marine environment.
Okay, so lots of cool innovations. But the Future Forward hosts raised a really key point, didn't they? Affordability. Accessibility.
Yes. That's always the challenge with new tech. Things like that solar fabric jacket might be pretty expensive, at least initially. Who can actually buy it?
Right. But there's some positive signs, like growing interest in DIY solar kits, people building their own stuff.
That helps, yeah. Interest up 12%, they said. And open source designs are becoming more common, making the knowledge accessible.
Plus government action, subsidies, particularly mentioned in Europe and Asia this year, helping to bring down costs for green tech.
And that kind of support is essential, isn't it? To push these technologies from being niche innovations to, mainstream solutions, democratizing green tech.
So pulling it all together, it really does seem like technology and nature are forming this, well, powerful partnership.
A synergy, yeah. Offering some genuinely promising ways forward for sustainability.
From copying nature's homework, basically, with biomimicry.
To actively using tech to heal ecosystems, clean oceans, save water. It's a multi-pronged approach.
There's just so much innovation bubbling up. It's quite encouraging, actually.
Absolutely. It shows human ingenuity working with the natural world, not just against it, to find real solutions.
Okay, so final thought then. Thinking about how fast all this is moving, biomimicry, drone planting, ocean tech, what kind of maybe unexpected collaborations between tech and nature might we see in the next 10 years? Things we can't even quite imagine yet, tackling problems that seem, well, almost too big right now.
That's a fascinating question to ponder. Given the pace, the potential for truly surprising, maybe even transformative breakthroughs, it's definitely vast. The way these two forces might combine next, yeah, that holds a lot of possibilities.
Oh, yeah.